Is Melody Schumann, and I am the creator of SKILLZ Connect. And what I wanted to do is just take you on a quick little tutorial on how the SKILLZ Connect curriculum works. So right here we have our SKILLZ Connect homepage, and as you can see we have our programs all listed for you here in this menu link. So we have our early skills program, which is our 3 and 4 year olds, our basic skills program, which is our 5 and 6, our core skills program, which is our 7 to 9, our extreme skills, which is our 10 and up, and then we also have an elite skills curriculum, which is actually your black belt curriculum. And then we have a calendar. Now this calendar, really what it does is it lists out the actual skills that we're covering and where we are here at our headquarters school in our particular program. So you can see if you look at the calendar right now, we are on week 6, skills 4. The benefit to this is a lot of members, when they join SKILLZ Connect, they want to what's called sync up with our schedule. So usually what they'll do is they'll study the curriculum and then figure out exactly when we're actually going to be starting over the new testing cycle. So as you see, if you go down here, you'll see week 9, which is at the beginning of September, is when we're doing all of our testings. So if I click over here and go into the next month's calendar, which is in September, again, week 9 is the first week of September. The second week is when we do our fun week. We'll cover that in another tutorial. And then, of course, we start all over again on September 15th with week 1. So again, let's just really quickly just kind of show you some of the benefits that we have to the actual SKILLZ Connect program. First, if you click on one of the programs, so for example, I clicked on Early Skills, you'll notice that we have several different sections available worth of content. So you have your class planners. Now what these are pre-made class planners that basically what you do is you just plug and play. So they have all of your warm-ups, your mat chat, your skill building drills, then it shows you where you review your actual curriculum, and then you end with a fun game. There is a 10-week cycle worth of curriculum here. There is also a modified version of the class planners, and I'll just click on so that you can see this. We do have, for example, week 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through. Then we have modified weeks. And these are for students that want to go on a 12-week testing cycle. And once again, we'll cover that in a different video tutorial. If I go over to the next column, we have our testing charts. Now this is the actual curriculum that the students run through for their testings. If you're familiar with our actual skills curriculum, then you know that they test on what's called 8 skills. So if you look here, this is the beginner testing chart. So their 8 skills would be here in this left column. Kicking, punching, blocking, crawling, hopping, rolling, running, and catching. So for example, your brand new students who are actually considered white belts, if you just follow along that column parallel to the skills, you'll see that this is what they have to do for their testing. So for kicking, they have to do 10 front kicks in the air, alternating legs. Next, for punching, they have to do 10 straight punches in the air, then 10 high blocks. Then they have to bear crawl across the floor, which builds their core muscles. They have to hop down the floor with both feet, showing that they have good lower body muscles. They have to roll a ball down the floor, showing good hand-eye coordination. Running down the floor to show that they have really good motor skills. And then, of course, catching a ball thrown underhand, which shows good hand-eye coordination again. Once they test on these 8 skills, obviously they go to the next belt level, and then they have to test on all 8 again. And it gets a little bit more challenging as you go through the testing charts. Again, we will do a complete video tutorial on the actual curriculum or the actual testing charts. But I do want to go through all the different links that we have here in the company first. You'll notice if I go back over to the left column, we have drills. So when you click on that, for each of the 8 skills, we have a library worth of drills. Now, the benefit to this is once you go through the pre-made class planners, then you're going to want to modify them just to provide a little bit of variety in your school. So what we have done is we have created drills for each one of the 8 skills. As you can see here, kicking, punching, blocking, crawling, hopping, rolling, running, and catching. Then, of course, we also have our games library and our warm-up and stretching library. So let's just go ahead and jump in really quickly so you can see the kicking, just to give you an example of how comprehensive this library is. So when I click on kicking, you're going to see a library of drills. All kinds of really cool drill options that you can just plug and play into those pre-made class planners. Always making sure that you have an opportunity to keep your classes fresh and exciting so that you never run the exact same class. And then we're always updating these as well, providing you with new drills. So just for example, if I clicked on one of the drills, you can see what it looks like. It's going to show you the program, the skill, the drill name, it's very important, the equipment that you'll need, the instructors that you'll need, a little bit of a description about the drill, images of our students actually running through the drill, and then of course your step-by-step tutorial. So you can see in the drill section it's very, very comprehensive for each one of the actual skills. And the cool part is we have a lot of drills for each skill, for each of the programs. There is a total of over 700 drills right now in our actual library. So going back to the main page for each program, if you look next over, we have our how-to videos and webinars. The how-to videos and webinars are great tutorials for your instructors, and we've got a wealth of videos here. Again, we'll be going over our own video or tutorial for this particular section, but this is just a quick crash course. As you can see, we have videos of the students actually running through their stretches. We even have the actual week-by-week drills that are ran in the actual classes in our school. So, for example, if you clicked on Class Planner 1, Week 1, which is in Class 1, which is our kicking class, you will see the actual video of our students running through those kicking drills, which is parallel to the planner that we have in the library. Now, I'm not actually going to show you the entire video. We'll save that for another tutorial. But you can see that's pretty cool because you could have a brand new instructor and you could say, hey, listen, you're going to take over class. And let's say you're into week 3, which would be class 1, which is blocking. You could tell them to go to the class planner section, download the class planner, and they should just be able to run it. If they have any confusion on how to run the drills, they would just come and actually watch this video. Super, super cool, very neat tutorial. So we have your complete weeks 1 through 8. Then, of course, if you look down here for testings, we actually have sample videos of our students actually testing the new requirements. Now, these students aren't perfect, which is very cool, so you're going to see that you have a little bit of room for growth with your students. And I'm not going to play the whole video, but you can see this is a white belt actually running through his testing requirements. Pretty cool stuff. Then you go down into the how-to video section and you're going to see all sorts of webinars. Now this is a building library. This thing actually grows on a monthly basis. So you can see we have everything from how to run a pre-evaluation to how to run a testing, marketing tips, going through here, special events, fun weeks. We're even working on our instructor certification courses, which 7 steps for teaching a drill, 10 laws of instruction. All of these are great resources to train your staff. Then, of course, if you scroll down, we actually have our curriculum videos. Now, SKILLZ adopts what's called the universal curriculum. We're primarily rooted in Taekwondo. However, we do pull cool martial arts from other styles and integrate them into the actual universal curriculum. And then we break them down into 3 stages of curriculum. So we have our stage 1 basics, our stage 2 basics, our stage 3 basics. And just a quick overview, basics are basically your block, strikes, kicks, and stances. And you can see specifically where the students test on each one of these curriculums. It's very progressive. So they start working on basics at the beginner and intermediate level of the basic skills program. It's actually their memory requirement. And then, of course, it progresses as you move on. Same concept for the self-defense. We have 3 stages of self-defense, 3 stages of forearms, 3 stages of dynamic kicks. Then, of course, we have kickboxing and sparring combinations as well. Now, this particular part of the curriculum, we can actually customize for you if you want to pull out our actual basics and self-defense and forearms and dynamic kicks and so forth and plug in your own. As a matter of fact, we do have a Krav version, a Muay Thai version, and a ground version as well. I will get to that once again in another tutorial. Then if you come down here to the bottom links, you have your download section. Basically, what we're trying to do is do all the work for you. So all the content that supports this program, we provided for you in actual downloads. So if you look at the download section specific to early skills, there's your pre-evaluation, your web overview text, your testing charts if you wanted to upload them onto your actual website or print them out to give to your parents, your startup guide, your stages of development, which would be your teaching tips that you would be utilizing with your instructors to help them understand what to expect and what not to expect for this particular age group. Your curriculum overview, which is basically covers what kind of curriculum we're covering in that program. The score sheet that you use for testing. Your skills stripe reference sheet, so how they earn their skills stripes. The graduate letter, so when they move from this program to the next one, this is the letter that you give them. And of course, even a parent manual. And if you look, it doesn't stop there. We have at-home training kits as well. So for each of the program, there's complete at-home training kits, which basically is an at-home assignment for each one of the actual skills for that program. So let's say that one of your parents is going to miss a week of classes. I'm sorry, one of your students is going to miss a week of classes, or 2 weeks even. You can give the parent this at-home training kit, and they can actually practice on those skills at home. Pretty neat stuff. And then, of course, if you scroll down a little bit, then you're going to see the Essential Universal Download section. So we have the Skills Implementation Strategy. This is basically what you read when you first join Skills so that you know what your strategy is to launch the actual program. Uniform and belt list if you wanted to utilize the Skills uniform and belts. Instructor boot camp overview if you wanted to run a boot camp to train your instructors on the Skills program when you first launch the program. And all other kind of great tools. I'm not going to go through all of them right now. We'll go through those in another video tutorial, but you can see there's a wealth of information here on the Universal Download section. And then, of course, at the bottom section, we also have added on new content, which is for your STORM training. So all of this material is if you wanted to run a leadership program exactly how we run it at our school, these are all the resources that you need to run that program successfully, which is pretty cool. Then the final link we have over here as far as resources go is your marketing and retention tools. So we have a complete library full of marketing retention tools that you can utilize to promote your program. And we have an in-house graphic designer that can customize all of this material for your school with your address and your logo and so forth. So you can see right now the hot commodity as the back-to-school ad card. We have coming soon posters, testing certificates, birthday cards, we miss you cards, flyers, and the list goes on and on and on. Once again, we'll cover those in another tutorial, but lots of great resources here in the Skills Connect library. Really quickly, I'll just take you through basic skills. You can see it's going to be the exact same concept except for their class planners, testing charts, drills are all going to be very different. It's going to be according to their stage of development in the program. So that's just a quick overview of the benefits that Skills Connect has to offer on the actual online platform.